Hi, class. Again, I hope you took note of my movie title there, the Robbie the Robot, actually the Forbidden Planet, starring Robbie the Robot. Again, I think that's one of the neatest characters in the whole movie, but it's an old movie, 1956, and that little trailer there, hopefully you watched, just to introduce you to this. And this, Robbie the Robot, I think was kind of like one of the first really famous TV movie robots. Did a few movies and things. It's kind of neat. But if you notice, very shiny shape. Here's your core, sort of this showing you the fact that it's a round area through here. The highlight, we talk about highlights on a reflective surface, the dark shadow, and this mid-range. And that means it's picking up a reflection of something next to it. But we'll go ahead and draw this. So here's our sample, and so here's. And so basically, here we go. Let's see here. This closer, it actually fit in the video here. There we go. So now, if I'm going to look at this, again, full length. You can draw big, you can draw small. Maybe I'll just draw half the size. I'm going to put a couple projects on this sheet here, so I think I'll just draw them half size. Maybe just half my sheet here. So again, you got a center line here, okay? You've got, we can start from the bottom, but we can start right in the middle. Let's say this, we're gonna start in that middle. There's this large circle, and it's a little bit squarish this way, okay? And then you've got these four, his legs, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, actually kind of this way here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you can actually see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, this is his feet right here. Okay, got this little gap. So there's his legs. Okay, but you see how light I'm drawing? I'm drawing really light. Oh, there's Wally. We'll do him a little bit later. You got the larger area up on top. This sort of his cavity. And obviously, there is a person inside this. So as a movie prop, it had to be designed to actually incorporate, somebody inside, right? So we've got kind of this. So you can imagine the person that's inside this thing. There's these parts, there's little hand pods come out here. And there's some mobility here. Okay. Got 3 fingers. He's got a little control gadget here in the middle, and that's sort of his screen. And there's all this little cool stuff on the inside. Now, when you do something that's glass, it's sort of like, so you got this very light, see that? Then we can come in, and this comes out to here, and we can start darkening things up just a little bit, like underneath here a little bit. That's the ring here, a little bit darker line. So first phase was the light, right? Coming here, there's a line through here. And we basically just sort of make this thing. There you go. He just is going to get darker and darker. Got a little mechanism here for his hips. Okay. Kind of ends in here someplace. So very light. He's got looks like these little piano keys on the inside, which is kind of interesting. And again, we're just doing quick sketches. Here's his some kind of modern radar device or something. And then we come in with our darker lines. And we're going to leave this side light. That's our highlight. So in here, we'll darken things down just a little bit inside the helmet. And we'll leave the area that's highlight, the lit area, leave that a little bit lighter. See that? And his helmet comes down through here. There we go. All these little cool details. There's that finger that's closest to you, and the one out here, the thumb. There we go. So I think it's a good start. So that's basically, and we go a little darker on the outside. Even a little dark, even more dark. But you see how you see me really kind of, the different thing when I do the board drawing, I can actually, bring that light to dark surface up, see that? And then here we'll see where it's dark, okay? And we can put some of that in, okay? And so put a little crosshatch here. Usually on the edges. Just gonna turn a corner. Here's our highlight here. There's a highlight here. Highlight this way. So these are the edges where this thing turns, obviously making it look soft. And then there's a little bit, because it's sort of a ball, you get a little of that underneath here too. And I always try and have my cross hatching go one direction. Here's that little highlight through here, a highlight here, and there's our highlight on top of the side of him here. And we can actually put a little bit of dark here and a little bit of dark on that side. See, so you're creating this light surface in the middle here, and everything else is going to go mid-range, and it's going to show sort of his cavity here is metal. He's metallized, so obviously it's going to be really nice and shiny. Then a highlight here. A little bit soft here. But you see how when you're doing this, you go pretty quick. Start going darker than darker. It's these contrasts. You get this little bit of this core running through the middle of it here. And I like putting lines around things. Here's the circles, here's the highlights. I don't think that hurts you. Let's look at this nice, from light to dark, light and dark. So you get this surface, you get sort of this metallized shape. I'm gonna, let's see, keep this down to about 10 minutes. I'll make that back finger really dark. That way it exceeds, or it goes back to the background. This one here, I'll make that really nice and bright light on that side of the thumb. And just a little bit of a core down to the center here. We put just a little bit of dark, light, light, medium, and dark. And just a little bit darker right next to the light. And that'll really help make it look, give a strong sort of metal look to bright with these bright highlights on it. So. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Again, these are meant to be quick sketches. But you get that, I hope we get the idea that you get just trying to translate the, these curved shapes, bright, shiny shapes into a three-dimensional, from two-dimensional meaning we're drawing on a two-dimensional piece of paper, and how to make it look three-dimensional. See that? Okay.